What's up YouTube, it's Chris. So today I'm making the second video about the problems that a trans person can face whilst they travel. So the specific subject I want to talk about today is when you've started your transition. I'm not talking about social transition, I'm talking specifically about when you've started hormones, so you started looking like the opposite gender. And so when you started your transition, but you haven't changed your gender marker or your name on your passport. So why can that be a problem? Because obviously every time you exit or get into a new country, you have to show your passport to prove your identity. When you reach a border, then it's not very simple. Before I get into the full-on subject, I just want to talk about two experiences that I've had, one negative and one positive, just to show you the different range of reactions that you can get. So let's start with the negative one. When I was exiting Costa Rica and entering Panama, well, I left Costa Rica, walked across the bridge and got into Panama, and the immigration officer saw me and then asked for my passport. I gave it to him, saw the passport, looked at me, looked at the passport again, and then looked at his friends and started laughing at me, pointing his finger at me, saying, "Oh, it's a girl, it's a girl." And obviously I felt like absolute crap at that time. I couldn't believe he was being so rude, but obviously I couldn't do anything about it, because if I said anything that he didn't like, then he obviously had the power to deny me entrance into the country. So I didn't want to, play with fire and risk that happening. The second reaction that I got was in Colombia, just on the border with Panama. I had to buy a boat to get to another town to reach Cartagena, and I got to the desk to buy my ticket, and the woman asked for my passport. And she looked at the passport and said, "Oh, but this is a girl's name." And I said, "Yeah." And she looked at me and said, "They gave you a girl's name, but you're a boy." And you know what? I had never had that reaction before. Really, it had never happened to me. I couldn't believe that this woman, instead of doubting me as a person and how valid I am, she was doubting my passport's validity. You know what I mean? She thought that my official document or the name that I was given was wrong. And you know what? It was so refreshing to see a reaction like that. I'm still lucky at the moment, because if someone sees my passport and, they'll obviously doubt that it's me, because automatically they see me and see a boy. But if they're faced with the idea that I might be a girl, then for the moment it's not an issue. I think that once I have, for example, a full-grown beard, which I'm hoping will arrive sometime soon. I've been waiting 2 years, but once I have a beard, I think it'll be a more problematic situation. I'm not saying that women can't have beards. I'm saying that society in general associates beards with men. So why is that going to be a bigger problem? Because obviously when they ask me, "Is this you?" and I say yes, they're not going to believe me like they do now. Is that clear? So yeah, so what do you do when you're faced with this sort of situation? I don't really have a miracle solution, but I've got two little ideas of what you could do to face a problem like that. So the first one is, if you feel like facing such a situation is just going to be very uncomfortable, and you really don't want to deal with it because it's going to cause some psychological or whatever, you just don't want to deal with it, then the best recommendation is obviously to change your gender marker and your name on your passport. I haven't done it yet because I'm happy with my passport being the way it is. But yeah, I think if you don't want to deal with the situation, then you're going to have to do it. I understand that some countries don't let you change your gender marker yet. And in that case, and for other people who don't like option 1, then I'd recommend option 2, which is prepare yourself psychologically to have to explain yourself and justify yourself to every authority that is going to have to see your passport. Prepare yourself to have to educate, to have to deal with uncomfortable questions, to have to deal with probably dysphoria, and yeah, prepare yourself on all possible angle. That's really the best thing that I could recommend. That's all I have to say about the subject. I don't know if you have any questions or doubts or comments, just leave them down below. And I'll see you another day for another video. So yeah, bye.